Back once again to Getting a Grip. I'm Mike Maddox, your host. This show is dedicated to talking about the Entrepreneurial Operating System, EOS, what it means for businesses, how it works in businesses, how businesses run it. And my guest this week is Aaron Boatin. And full disclosure, Aaron was one of the first people to tell me about EOS many years ago. And that led to an interest, it led to implementing it at a couple different companies, led to becoming a professional implementer. So for my clients out there, you have Aaron to blame for anything I do. But Aaron, I want to hear, and I'm sure our listeners want to hear, how did you discover EOS and what brought it to
Sure,
your attention and where did it come from for you?
sure. Absolutely. I'll go into, how before I drank the EOS Kool-Aid and shared that with everyone, what first really got me thinking about, this is, I knew that our business needed some sort of help or framework for how we did ran our day to day. I mean, what we would see is we're consistently hitting the ceiling where we would get a new project or grow to a certain extent, and then we would just three steps forward, hit our heads on that ceiling, three steps back. And I mean, ultimately, what we were doing is burning out our team, taking on clients that weren't really in our core focus and things like that. I mean, we didn't realize it at the time, but as we went through our EOS journey, but really we started, what really got me on this journey was went to a owners forum for a call center group that we belong to, ATSI. And Vern Harnish, who is the author of Scaling Up and Mastering the Rockefeller Habits book, spoke about his program. And that really intrigued me. That's a great, fantastic program. I think it's overly complex for the size of company that we are. And I mean, we even tried to self-implement that, and we just fell flat on our face. Not our team's fault at all.
Yeah.
The challenge, Mike, is we just couldn't get off the treadmill of the day to day to devote any bandwidth to thinking about implementing something like this. So, that kind of thinking obviously couldn't have been more wrong. I mean, we know that now, but
Yeah.
I mean, we never knew how freeing it would be to get, like I said earlier, out of the business so we could work on the business. So I think the one thing we did retain from the scaling up is we do a daily huddle at 9:48, a 10-minute daily huddle. We kept that, but I think I heard about EOS on a podcast, and then from there, I read the book myself, and I said, you know what, this is it. This hit home. It was approachable. It was powerful. So my brothers who I own the company with, Andy and Ryan, I said, guys, read this book. And they got excited instantly after reading the book, and we're like, okay, let's do the EOS. Boy, on the website where it's the alignment test. Help me out.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said,
Yeah,
yeah. So
organizational checkup.
organizational checkup. Thanks. So we did that, and you were like, okay, we're going to be pretty close, right? So we all, we work together every day,
Yeah.
and we have a clear understanding, or so we thought. So we took this, and I mean, I'm embarrassed. I feel like it was like 17% or a score of
Yeah.
17. It was sobering. I mean, really, here we are. We work together. We're running a successful business
Right.
with the help of awesome people. I mean, it's really our people, not us.
Yeah.
But, you know, but we were clearly in different directions as to where we thought we were or where we were heading. And so, I mean, EOS was really a compass that kind of got us back on track. I mean, it's been, it's allowed us to, you know, be a better place to work, by taking on the right customers. We're serving our customers better. We're serving our people better. I mean, and it's really been transformational. I mean, I don't know
That's
what
such
more to
a
say about that.
that is a great way to describe it, and so many of us can relate to that. So I had tried scaling up. I had tried everything that
Hmm.
Patrick Lencioni's ever written. I had tried Good to Great. I tried built a. I mean, and I went through that whole period where I read the books, or I saw a speaker, then read the book, came back,
Mhm.
tried to implement a program, and it fell flat on its face.
Yeah.
And honestly, my biggest fear, when we implemented EOS at ASK, our company here in Lansing, was that the team would see it as, oh, Mike went to a conference. This is another thing we're going to try. And there was some of that. Um, but once the leadership team saw what it could do and how
Mhm.
encompassing the program was and how incredibly beautifully simple it was. It's simple to implement, or it's simple in concept, but it's not easy to implement and get into the business. It takes some
Mhm.
work and some change. Um, they caught it, right? So
Yeah.
it was like self-propelled, but for a while I think there was trepidation, and
Mhm.
it was because we tried a million different things. The same thing, I can also relate with your description of the organizational checkup. I mean, we're a successful business, we were doing well. We were not aligned. I mean, we
Mhm.
scored like about that same realm of what you scored, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was shocked. I thought my
Yeah.
leadership team meetings were great, and we rated those and realized, oh man, they're not good. Like, we talk about a lot of stuff, but we're not solving anything. Like, we're
Right.
we're really not getting to the roots. So
Right.
I can share your experience, and I think many EOS companies out there listening to us have had the same experience. So great to hear your perspective on it. And I'm glad
Sure.
you found it, because, as I said, you were one of the people that pointed me toward it, and my life became better because of it. So we're going to come back after this and get a little bit more into the details of EOS, a few things, a few of the tools and what they've meant to Ames and to Aaron, and talk through that. So don't go anywhere. You are listening to Getting a Grip on the Bottom Line IT on the Michigan Business Network. Man, I can't stop doing it. We'll be back after this.